Alright, let's learn this version of Arkansas Traveler. This is a really nice but simple sounding version, and we're going to be using a lot of Scruggs rolls and a lot of Dillard rolls, and we're going to be capoed 2nd fret playing out of the C position. So let's get started. Alright, this version starts out of a partial C chord, strings 1 and 2, and then we're going to be starting with a quarter note on the 2nd string, playing with the index, and it's going to go. Here's the first measure. So what I did was played the quarter note on the 2nd string with the index, and then we've got 2/8 notes on the 5th and 1st string. Then we're going to jump into a 3-note F chord. This is index, middle, and pinky on strings 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to do a square roll. And now open, we're going to the open G position. We're actually going to be playing an A chord, but we're going to be doing a forward roll on strings 3, 2, 1, 5. Then we jump back into our partial C and 2 quarter notes. Pluck with 2nd string, index, and then pinch. Alright, now we're jumping into a Dillard roll. And the Dillard roll, remember, this is middle, index, middle, thumb, and we're going on strings 1, 2, 1, 5. Open, partial C chord. And now we kind of have a little melodic run, and it's going to sound like this. So we've got 5/8 notes and then 2 quarter notes. So we're going to be plucking 1st string with the middle finger, and then we're fretting the 2nd string, 5th fret, pluck with index, 1st string open, 2nd, and then we're fretting 2nd fret, 3rd string, pluck with thumb, this is a quarter note, and then open. And then we do the same thing that we did in the first measure. And then same thing there on the 2nd measure, pinch. And now what we're going to do is jump up to the 10th fret, and we're doing a Dillard roll. I'm holding this with middle and ring finger, strings 1 and 2, and we're doing the Dillard roll for half a measure. Jump down to 5th fret, do a Dillard roll, and then a backward roll. That backward roll is middle, index, thumb, middle on strings 1, 2, 3, 1. Partial C chord, pluck with index, 2nd string, and then pinch. So there's your A part. You're going to do that 2 times, and then we're going to do the B part 2 times. So let's take a look at the B part. All right, here's the first measure of the B part. So what we're doing is that same partial chord shape with middle and ring finger, and we're doing a Dillard roll, 5th fret, slide down to 3rd fret, do a Dillard roll, and then partial C chord, Dillard roll, and then 1st string, quarter note, open, and then 2 8th notes. Those are just 2 filler notes on strings 5 and 1. And then we have 1 full measure of quarter notes, fretting the 2nd string, 1st fret, pluck with index, 5th string, 1st string, 5th string. That's 4 quarter notes in that whole measure. And then we have a little melodic sounding run. I'm going to be using middle and ring on this partial C chord on strings 1 and 3 at the 5th fret, and it's going to go. So that's kind of a little melodic sounding roll. We do index on the 2nd string, middle on the 1st, thumb on the 3rd, index on the 2nd, and then a quarter note on the 1st string, quarter note on the 5th string. And then we're doing the same thing. We're starting back over, Dillard roll at the 5th fret, partial bar chord, down to the 3rd fret, C chord, Dillard roll, partial C, 2 quarter notes again, strings 1 and 5, and then we do the same little ending up the neck with the Dillard roll at the 10th fret, down to the 5th fret, and then a backward roll, that's strings 1, 2, 3, and then partial C chord, pluck 2nd string, and then pinch. So there's our first version of Arkansas Traveler. That's a good first version to learn. It's pretty easy to play, and it's a lot of fun, and it just has a good sound to it. So that'd be a good starter version. I'd call that an intermediate version because it's got enough things to make it somewhat complicated. For somebody who hasn't done some of those passages with the Dillard roll, it's a really nifty way to play the tune. And then you might want to graduate to the more advanced, notier version of the fiddle tune, probably without the capo. Would be a good way to do a harder version of this. So we'll be looking into that as well, but start with this version and have fun, and we'll see you on the next lesson.